What if the church erased the most transformative truth Jesus ever taught? A truth so powerful it could have changed how humanity sees life, death, and destiny itself. Imagine discovering that Jesus believed the soul doesn't live just once, but many times, returning again and again to grow, to remember, to awaken. For centuries, this idea was buried beneath doctrine, dismissed as heresy, yet fragments of it still survive. Hidden in the words of early mystics, in Gospels the Church tried to destroy. If reincarnation was part of Christ's message, then life isn't a single test. It's a divine classroom. And you've been here before. Reincarnation, a concept now tied mostly to Eastern philosophy, once pulsed at the heart of early Christian thought. Before the Church solidified its authority, when mystics and Gnostics still shared ideas freely, the soul's journey was seen as vast and continuous. Life wasn't a single test. It was one chapter in a story far older than the body you wear today. Enter Origen of Alexandria, one of the most brilliant minds of the 3rd century. He dared to teach that the soul existed long before birth and would continue long after death. This wasn't poetic metaphor. It was a vision of divine evolution. Each lifetime, he said, is a classroom for the soul, a chance to remember, refine, and rise closer to God. Imagine what that meant. No eternal failure, no final judgment, only endless opportunities to awaken. But this idea was too liberating to survive. In the 6th century, the Second Council of Constantinople branded Origen's teachings heresy. Overnight, the comforting vision of growth through many lives was replaced with a single, terrifying narrative. One life, one judgment, one eternal sentence. The Church had found a new kind of control, fear. And so, what was once a teaching of hope became a doctrine of obedience. Yet the question remains, what if they were wrong? What if your life isn't a one-time trial, but one stop in an eternal journey your soul has been walking since the beginning of time? The answer might just change everything you believe about purpose, destiny, and divine love. Hidden within the Gospels are clues, quiet, easily missed, that suggest Jesus' understanding of the soul went far beyond a single lifetime. One of the most striking examples comes when he refers to John the Baptist as Elijah returned again. To most readers, it sounds symbolic, even poetic. But to the Gnostics, it was literal, a statement of cosmic truth. They believed Jesus was revealing the secret pattern of the soul, that life is not a single spark but an eternal flame, returning again and again to complete its divine work. This idea echoes powerfully in the Gospel of Thomas, where Jesus says, "You have come from the light, and to the light you shall return." That single line carries an entire cosmology. It's not about distant heavens or eternal punishment. It's about remembering. The soul begins in light, descends into matter, and through experience, through love, pain, and understanding, it climbs back, shedding illusion until it shines with the brilliance of its origin. When seen this way, life itself changes meaning. Struggle isn't punishment, it's progress. Every heartbreak, every loss, every challenge becomes part of the great refinement, the soul's sacred apprenticeship. Like an artist shaping light from clay, each life brings us closer to perfection, to truth. This is the wisdom hidden beneath the surface of Scripture, a reminder that awakening doesn't happen in one breath, one body, or one age. It unfolds across lifetimes. So ask yourself, what if every obstacle in your path was hand-chosen by your soul? What if every person you meet, every lesson you repeat, is part of a story your spirit has been writing since the dawn of time? When we see through this lens, even pain becomes purposeful, and every moment becomes a step home to the light we came from. Imagine your life as a series of classrooms, each one filled with lessons you designed for yourself before you ever arrived. To the Gnostics, this was the essence of reincarnation. It wasn't a curse or a punishment, but a sacred mercy. Every lifetime is another chance, a new opportunity to remember what your soul once knew but forgot in the noise of the world. Think of your mistakes, your heartbreaks, your failures. They're not random. They're assignments written in invisible ink. Every challenge carries a hidden curriculum meant to awaken something deeper inside you. Life, in this light, becomes a divine school, one where your soul is both the student and the teacher. The Gnostics called this process anamnesis, the divine act of remembering. It's the soul brushing dust off the mirror, glimpsing its own reflection after centuries of forgetting. Hardship, then, becomes holy. Pain becomes purpose. Every tear is an initiation into greater wisdom. What if every trial you've faced wasn't meant to break you, but to remind you? What if each lifetime was your soul whispering, "Try again, you're getting closer"? Through every incarnation, the Gnostics believed, we refine the same eternal truth, learning compassion, love, forgiveness, and light, one experience at a time. To awaken fully is to graduate from the cycle. It's not about endless existence, it's about completion. The moment you've integrated all your lessons, you no longer need to return. The soul merges back with the source, that infinite, radiant field beyond time and form. This is what Jesus meant by eternal life. Not a reward after death, but liberation from repetition. Because the soul has remembered everything it came to learn. And that's where true hope lives. Every moment you breathe, every challenge you face, is shaping you into remembrance. You are not just living this life, you are perfecting eternity, one lifetime at a time. Imagine living in a world where your soul could evolve and grow through countless lives. Each experience, a stepping stone toward enlightenment, with every mistake offering a chance to learn and change. In that reality, the idea of a single life, fraught with risk and judgment, would seem utterly confining. If reincarnation were universally accepted, the authority of the Church would dwindle, as the notion of salvation wouldn't rest solely on their hands. Instead of a finite path to redemption, obey the teachings or face eternal damnation, individuals would realize they have the power within themselves to shape their spiritual journey. This control through fear became a cornerstone of institutional power. Picture a society where a priest could stand at the pulpit asserting that your eternal fate hinges solely on your adherence to doctrines they defined. For many, the fear of hellfire was a constant shadow, a reminder to conform and obey. In contrast, the idea of reincarnation introduces a refreshing perspective, one filled with hope and the possibility of redemption. Understanding that every choice in this life is just one part of a larger cosmic adventure encourages personal growth and accountability. But this inherent threat to clerical authority didn't go unnoticed. Teachings that empowered souls and encouraged individual exploration were systematically labeled as heresy. It became more advantageous for the Church to suppress this knowledge than to confront the liberating truth that humanity's spiritual resilience was not bound by any earthly decree. The belief that Jesus himself may have taught about reincarnation wasn't simply lost to history, it was meticulously buried under layers of dogma and fear. The very essence of what it means to be human and divine was manipulated to maintain power. As we peel back these layers, we find not just a history of doctrine, but a profound call to reclaim your spiritual autonomy, reminding us that, in the grand design, we are inherently connected to the divine and capable of endless growth. This journey is not merely about understanding the past, it's about lighting the way forward, where fear relinquishes its grip and love and understanding prevail. In 553 CE, a pivotal moment in history unfolded as Emperor Justinian convened the Second Council of Constantinople. The air was thick with tension, as church officials gathered to debate the future of Christian doctrine. Here, discussions took a dramatic turn. Reincarnation, which had once been a topic of open discourse, was officially condemned. Influential theologian Origen, whose ideas once sparked curiosity, found his works banned and his name cursed. It marked a shift. The eternal journey of the soul transformed into a singular path toward judgment. However, not everyone accepted this new decree without resistance. In the shadows, mystics, desert monks, and Gnostic sects clung to the ancient teachings, secretly preserving the wisdom of reincarnation. Their efforts became a lifeline, a whispers of a deeper understanding of the soul's journey, something that resonated with the human experience of growth and rebirth. For nearly 1,500 years, these teachings were passed quietly from teacher to disciple, ensuring that the essence of the eternal journey endured despite the Church's condemnation, connecting generations in a shared quest for truth. Reincarnation is often viewed as an idea confined to Hinduism or Buddhism, but its roots stretch far beyond those boundaries, connecting with teachings from various faiths, including Christianity. Picture this. Jesus spends his early years in the mystical shadows of Egypt, a land dense with beliefs surrounding rebirth. Here, reincarnation was not just a concept, but a revered truth, an intricate part of spiritual understanding. As we explore his teachings, a striking parallel emerges with the wisdom of India's sages and the enigmatic philosophies of the Greek mystery schools. These traditions spoke of the soul's journey through cycles of life and death, emphasizing its evolution until it reunites with divine consciousness. When Jesus mentioned being born again, he wasn't just promoting a singular idea, he was echoing a universal truth that transcended cultures and millennia. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? The essence of who we are continues to grow, learning from each experience, each lifetime, moving toward that ultimate union with the divine. This connection invites us to reflect on our own lives. What lessons are we gathering? What experiences are shaping our souls? As we navigate our journeys, understanding this shared spiritual heritage can empower us to embrace our own paths with greater awareness and compassion. When we explore the Gospels that were brushed aside or hidden from mainstream Christianity, such as the Gospel of Philip, we uncover fascinating insights that challenge our conventional perceptions of life and death. Within these texts, particularly the ancient Nag Hammadi library, a profound theme emerges: the idea of reincarnation. Imagine this. The Gospel of Philip references the metaphor of putting on new garments. This symbolism suggests that our souls are not bound to just one body, but instead, they transition through various forms, much like we would change clothes as we grow and evolve. This idea prompts us to consider our own lives beyond a singular existence. The text goes on to convey a striking statement from Jesus, noting, "Blessed is he who came into being before he came into being." This is a profound echo that encourages us to reflect on the idea that our essence transcends our physical life. It hints at an awareness of our soul's journey that predates this earthly existence, creating a bridge between what we perceive as the beginning and our eternal existence. For many of us, thoughts about death can be daunting, filled with fear and uncertainty. Yet, the Gnostics held a different perspective. They recognized that the physical body is merely a temporary vessel, or, as they described it, a robe we wear until we outgrow it. This understanding instills a sense of peace, reminding us that our true nature can't be extinguished by death. This concept invites us to step back from the immediate concerns of daily life and acknowledge something deeper within ourselves. Have you ever felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity or connection to certain places, people, or ideas? These feelings could very well resonate with the Gnostic belief that our souls are interwoven with experiences from past lives, whispering to us the enduring nature of our existence. By embracing the notion of reincarnation, we empower ourselves to view our journeys with renewed purpose. Each life we lead can be seen not as an isolated chapter, but as part of a larger story of our soul's evolution, an ongoing adventure that spans lifetimes. To consider that Jesus taught reincarnation is to shift our entire perspective on life. Imagine life as a continuous journey, not a testing ground for a final destination. Each experience we face, even the toughest struggles, becomes a stepping stone for our soul's growth. Those moments we label as failures? They're just lessons, shaping us into who we need to become. As we recognize this, compassion blooms. We realize that every person we encounter is a reflection of our past selves. We've all worn different shoes, played various roles, and loved deeply from diverse perspectives. This understanding can lift the weight of fear from our shoulders, freeing us to embrace life's challenges as opportunities. Instead of viewing divine justice as harsh judgment, we begin to see it as a balance, a way to harmonize our soul's education through countless lifetimes. The Church may silence prophets and burn scrolls, but truth shines eternal. Your soul's journey transcends time and bodies. You're not just here to escape death, you're here to remember your eternal essence. When you awaken to this truth, the endless cycle stops. You've finally found your way home. Embrace your journey and know you are always more than the fleeting moments of life.